Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video, I'm going to answer some of the most commonly asked questions that I'm getting regarding this Xiaomi Redmi Note 4. And I asked you guys about this. Post your questions that you have regarding the Redmi Note 4 in the YouTube community page, and I got over 1,000 actually comments regarding that. So again, guys, thanks for all those comments. And I've filtered down the most commonly asked questions that I was getting regarding this Redmi Note 4, and I'm going to answer those questions in this video. And I got a lot of questions regarding the camera differences between the Redmi Note 4 and the Redmi Note 3 also. So I took a lot of couple of sample shots with both these devices. So I'll be also be doing sort of a mini camera comparison in this video. So just stay tuned. And by the way, guys, the Redmi Note 4 that I have is the Snapdragon 625 variant. This is the one that will be sold in India. And so let's start taking up these questions. And again, I've already posted the gaming review for the Redmi Note 4. Got a couple of questions regarding the gaming performance also. You can check out that video. I'll have links in the YouTube show notes. So let's start. And the first question that I was getting is regarding, this is from Rohan, and I got a lot of questions regarding battery life. It goes like, is the battery life more as compared to the Redmi Note 3? And if so, by how much time does it last more compared to the Redmi Note 3? Yes, the battery life is better on this Redmi Note 4. But again, even the Redmi Note 3 used to get very good battery life. I would say if we compare both of them, I would say the new Redmi Note 4 might get about 20% more battery life compared to the Redmi Note 3. In terms of screen on time, I'm still testing it this device, guys, just using as my primary phone for the last 5 days. So still in the testing procedure. I'm getting anywhere between, I would say, 7 hours to almost about 8.5 hours of screen on time with this Redmi Note 4. And this is almost after about 1.5 days of usage between charges. Next question is from this is regarding Redmi Note 4 versus the CoolPad Cool 1 Dual. Between these two devices, I would say I will opt for the Redmi Note 4, because just see my gaming review that I did for the CoolPad Cool 1. The issue with the CoolPad Cool 1 is that it tends to heat up quite a bit. Even with normal usage, I was noticing that it was getting pretty warm. And in gaming, if you see my gaming review, it touched about 48 degrees Celsius. So I won't recommend the CoolPad Cool 1. But yeah, the rear facing camera is better on the CoolPad Cool 1. But again, it has so many excessive heating issues. This is by Nanju. He's asking, Redmi Note 4 using the Snapdragon 625 chipset, whereas the Redmi Note 3 has a much faster Snapdragon 650 processor. Don't you think this is a degrade? And I got a lot of questions similar to this one. Yes, technically speaking, on the paper, if you see the Redmi Note 3 had the Snapdragon 650 SoC, and it had the two powerful Cortex A72 cores. Whereas this Redmi Note 4 is having the Snapdragon 625 chipset, which is having based on the ARM Cortex A53, and it's an octa-core one. On paper, if you see, yeah, the Redmi Note 4 might go ahead, but again, in practical usage, I have both these devices, and I have to say, in daily usage, I'm not noticing any difference between these two devices. And in fact, with heavy gaming, I would say, just yesterday I posted the gaming review with this Redmi Note 4. Again, I'll have link in the show notes so you can check out. With the Redmi Note 3 with extended gaming, after about 20 minutes, it used to lag a bit with the heavy games like Asphalt and Nova 3. That's not the case with the Redmi Note 4. And I'll tell you why it's happening. The thing is that the Redmi Note 3, the Snapdragon 650 SoC is based on the 28 nanometer architecture, whereas with the Snapdragon 625, it's based on the much more superior 14 nanometer architecture using the FinFET technology. This is way more superior. It's almost 2 generations better. After 28 nanometer, we had the 20 and the 14. So this is based on the 14 nanometer, and that's the reason that it heats a lot less compared to the 650 or the 652. For example, the CoolPad Cool 1 had the 652, and in gaming you saw that it reached 48 degrees Celsius. Whereas this one, the Redmi Note 4, which I reviewed just about 2 days ago, in gaming, it barely touched about 38 degrees Celsius. So it's very cool cool. And another thing is that battery performance due to that is also very well optimized, and it's getting much better battery life. The thing is that what happens is that, yes, with small tasks, if you're not pushing the phone, the Snapdragon 650 with its Cortex A72 will go ahead slightly. But again, in sustained, when you're constantly pushing the phone, for example in gaming and stuff, the Snapdragon 650, because it's based on the older 28 nanometer, tends to heat up a lot more. And due to that heat, what happens is that the processor inside will start to throttle down. For example, it won't run at its peak efficiency because the chipset is sort of heating. So it will lower down the clock speed. That's the reason that you see some heating issues and stuff with this Snapdragon 650 and the 652 with heavy gaming. And that's not the case with this Snapdragon 625. So in daily usage, I would say I've been using this one as my primary phone for the last couple of days, and I didn't notice any lag. And also I posted the gaming review, so you can check out that. And the performance is really good, and the battery life that I'm getting is also very good. Some of you have also asked about heating issues. There's no heating issues on this device. So I hope it was a big answer. It gives you an idea. Next, this is from Pratik. He's asking, is there any major difference between the Redmi Note 3 and the Redmi Note 3 camera, both of them? Again, I've got so many questions regarding this one. So what I did is, let me just show you the sample shots that I took side by side so that you can judge which one is doing better. In outdoor shots, I would say both of them actually perform very well. I didn't find a lot of difference. But again, in indoor lighting and in artificial lighting conditions, definitely the Redmi Note 4 had an edge. Also, the color accuracy in artificial lighting and low lighting situation was much better with the Redmi Note 4. So specifically, I would say in artificial lighting and indoor lighting conditions, when you take the pictures with the Redmi Note 4 clearly came out to be better. So yeah, the rear facing camera, particularly in artificial lighting and low lighting conditions, as you can see, saw from the sample shots, is improved. So that's one of the major improvements that I have noticed with the Redmi Note 4 regarding the rear facing camera. This is by Tech Geek. He's asking, please tell me how much time does it take to fully charge the Redmi Note 4, I'm assuming, and does it can Xiaomi enable fast charging with the OTA update? I didn't time it exactly, but it was taking approximately about 2.5 hours to charge it from, it was at 9% and after 2.5 hours when I checked, slightly over 2.5 hours, it was charged 100%. So it's taking about 2.5 hours to charge fully from 9%, not fully, yeah, from 9%. But the thing is that the Redmi Note 4, if you see my first video that I posted where I did an overview and I tested it with my battery tester and whatnot, the Redmi Note 4 as of now is not supporting Qualcomm quick charging. I tried 3 different Qualcomm quick chargers, but it was not pulling more than 5 volts at a max of 1.95 amps. So that means it's not supporting fast charging like other Xiaomi devices like the Mi Max and even the Mi 5. They were pulling at higher voltages. So technically it's not supporting quick charging. And yeah, the Snapdragon 625 chipset has a quick charging support. For example, the Lenovo P2 has quick charging support and it runs on the Snapdragon 625. But again, it's up to OEMs to enable this quick charging. And for enabling this quick charging, they have to actually pay extra fee to Qualcomm. That's called royalty fees. And I think so because of the low cost, very aggressive cost of the Redmi Note 4, Xiaomi hasn't done that. So I'm not very sure if Xiaomi will enable quick charging, because to do that, Qualcomm quick charging, if they want to enable it, they have to pay extra royalties to Qualcomm. Again, you can check out the video that I made about quick charging that explains all this hula bula about quick charging and royalties and stuff with Qualcomm chips. This is why Wasim, he's asking, is the RAM management good? I would say I'm using the 4GB RAM model, and I would say the RAM management is just decent. I expected it slightly better considering I'm using a 4GB RAM model. If I kill all the apps, I get about 2GB of RAM free. And I noticed that after about 5th or 6th app, it tries, when I go back to another app, it tries to reload. So RAM management is not like terrible and it's not like unusable, but I feel it could have been better. Maybe Xiaomi can fix that with the future update. Generally, Xiaomi devices, I've seen that initially when they are launched, they're sort of buggy with the software updates, they generally improve. That was the big case with the Xiaomi Mi 5. So I'm hoping they improve the RAM management. It's not terrible, but again, after 5th or 6th app, it's sort of reloading. Let's move to the next one. This is by Arun. He's asking charging time, and is the upper and lower part plastic or metal? I've already answered about the charging time, and yes, regarding the upper and this bottom part are still plastic. This thing is actually metal, but up and down are still plastic, because this one, the upper portion and the bottom portion has the Wi-Fi radios and the cellular radios, so that's where they reside. This is by Rajan. He's asking, how is the audio pickup from the microphone while recording, as my Redmi 3S has horrible audio pickup? Again, here is a quick video sample that I shot with the front facing camera. I feel still the sound is a little bit tinny, but here the sample goes. You can judge it for yourself. Recording this sample video with the Redmi Note 4, and again, as you can see, this is in outdoor conditions, and the audio that you're hearing is also being recorded by the internal microphone. And this next question is from Gohil. He's asking charging time, I've already mentioned. And is there any glass protection? And I got this question regarding glass protection from quite a few of you. And the answer is that I asked this question directly to Gemini from Xiaomi, and he gave me a very vague answer. He says there is some sort of glass protection, but we won't say it's Gorilla Glass or Dragon Tail Glass or anything, because they said that they source glasses from multiple vendors, so they just can't say it's Gorilla Glass or whatnot. I got the same answer for the Redmi Note 3. So yes, there is some sort of glass protection, but we just don't know what kind of glass protection is there on this device. This is by Jereen. He's asking which variant is better with the Snapdragon 625 processor, 3GB RAM or the 4GB RAM variant. I would lean over the 4GB RAM model because the 4GB RAM model is having 64GB of internal storage, whereas if you offer for the 3GB RAM model or the 2GB RAM model, that will have just 32GB of storage. I would say if you're a very heavy user and plan to use this device for more than 1.5 years or so, go with the 4GB RAM model, because that is having a 64GB internal storage, and that'll be really helpful. This next question is from Laksh, and he's asking, according to you, which is more value for money, Redmi Note 4 or Lenovo P2, and what are the main differences you found using these two phones? Yes, both the Lenovo P2 and this Redmi Note 4 are running on the Snapdragon 625 chipset, but there is a big gap between the pricing of these two phones, and the biggest difference I would say when I use them is that in terms of pure battery life, the Lenovo P2 gets you better battery life because it is having 1000 milliamp hour more battery packed into it. So, and it also has a Super AMOLED screen, which is slightly better compared to the screen that is used on this one. If you like punchy colors and stuff, that's there with the Super AMOLED. But again, even the screen quality on this one is actually really good. I didn't have any issues regarding the screen quality. So if you are a person for whom battery life is the highest priority, I would say the Lenovo P2 might be good for you. But even the battery life on this one is good. It can easily last for a full typical work day, and in terms of screen on time, it will last about 7 to 8 hours. With the Lenovo P2, it can easily last for about 10 to 12 hours of screen on time. So again, you get approximately about 4 hours of screen on time extra with the Lenovo P2. That's the big difference in my opinion. So again, judge. If you have a very tight budget, then I would lean over the Redmi Note 4. And also, I like the fact that with the 4GB RAM model, at least on this Redmi Note 4, you get 64GB of internal storage. With the Lenovo P2, we have the 4GB RAM model, but that just has 32GB of storage. So all it comes down to, I would say, battery life. That will give you slightly more battery life. Value for money, obviously Redmi Note 4. Let's move to the next one. This is by Manpreet. He's asking, any UI lag in daily usage? I want to buy it for normal usage, no gaming, just browsing and watching YouTube videos. I didn't see any lagging issues or anything like that with this device. Been using it for the last few days, and as you can see, I'm running it with the Google Now launcher, and I noticed no issues. So in general operations, I have no issues, and as you can see, I don't even bother to kill all these apps and stuff. In background, they run fine. So in general usage, I didn't have any issues regarding this device. And for your needs, I would say, it looks like you're a sort of a casual user, you can go with the 3GB RAM model, I would say. This is by Ahmed. He's asking, are the 3 capacitive buttons backlit? Because in Redmi Note 3, they were backlit. Yes, these 3 buttons on the bottom are backlit. Again, you should watch my overview video that I posted initially. So yeah, it is backlit. This next question I got from is Chetan. He's asking, does the Honor 6X is worth waiting, or should he pick the Redmi Note 4 on the first flash sale? As I'm looking for a budget-oriented, decent spec mobile, I like to take selfies. Do let me know about the front-facing camera. Chetan, just stay tuned. I'll post some samples with the front-facing camera with both these devices. Regarding the pricing of the Honor 6X, as of now, we don't know what is the pricing. They'll be announcing the pricing on January 24th. So just after a couple of days, we'll know the pricing. What I've heard the rumors is that it'll be priced anywhere between 15 to 18,000. That is with the Honor 6X. Yeah, but I feel just in terms of camera performance, if we talk, the Honor 6X will have a better camera. But in terms of video department, I would say the video was horrible on the Honor 6X. But again, for selfies and rear-facing camera, I feel the Honor 6X will have a better camera. But again, we don't know the pricing. Let's wait till January 24th. This is by Ali. He's asking, please tell me, does it have a LED notification light? Yes, it does have a physical LED notification light, and yes, it is a multicolored LED notification light that we have. This is by Kiran. He's asking, how much would you rate the camera as it's the same compared to the flagship smartphone, and how is the low light camera performance? Kiran, I've already posted the camera sample, so that should answer. But again, you just can't compare it with the flagships like this Galaxy S7 or the Pixel. They have far better camera performance. But for the price of what this is selling for 11,000 and 13,000, I feel the camera performance is actually really good. But again, if we compare just about the camera, I feel in this price point, if you can go up to about 15,000, the Moto G4 Plus has a better rear-facing camera. And also, we don't know about the pricing of the Honor 6X. The Honor 6X also, as I mentioned earlier, in just camera performance, has a better camera than this one. But again, I wouldn't recommend the Moto G4 Plus also now, because we know that the Moto G5 will be announced in February, and hopefully by March, early March, that should launch in India. So if you can wait till that time, then you might have the Moto G5. And I'm expecting that the Moto G5 might come with the Snapdragon 626 SoC, and hopefully it'll still have a good camera. Okay, this is the last question, and this is regarding the front-facing camera by Sri Kumar. I would like to know how about the front-facing camera. How is it different from the Redmi Note 3? And is it having a wide camera like the Mi Max? I didn't compare it with the Mi Max, but again, I took a couple of selfies with both this Redmi Note 3 and the Redmi Note 4. And here are the samples so that you can actually judge for yourself regarding selfies, which one is better. So guys, these were the commonly asked questions that I was getting regarding this Redmi Note 4. I hope you found this video helpful. And again, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Again, as I've told you, I've also posted other videos for the Redmi Note 4, like its gaming review and a general overview. Also, links for those videos will be there in the YouTube show notes. So again, guys, if you found this video helpful, I'll appreciate if you can click the like button. And if you're still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.